Hello, hello, hello. My hair is crazy. I'm grooming myself on camera. Okay, so I hope everybody's having a great day. I did a live earlier today where I did what's the gossip reading. I did a short love reading as well. Damn, my glasses look so yeah. I hope everybody's having a good day. And starting a little later than I anticipated. Let me see. All right. I wonder if I should just keep them off. I don't know. I'm overthinking right now. I'm overthinking. So, hello to whoever's there. I hope you're having a good day. My name is Tan for Artemis Oracle. I'm put subscriber mode on too. Let me see. How many minutes? Yeah. 10 minutes. I was over here eating some pork rinds that my friend brought me. Let me see. I hope everybody's doing well. Welcome. My name is Tan. This is Oracle. Yeah, 10 minutes. They're gonna wait 10 minutes. Hi, Hera. How are you? Okay. No, it's not. If I'm here for like, hey, H, how are you? You know, some people, if I was on a computer, I could put it that people could have to be a subscriber for 7 days. Can you imagine? I saw somebody put that. I was like, yeah, that makes sense because I'm doing good. How are you? They run out of patience. That's okay. If you really like me, you like my vibe, and you want me to answer your question, then you will stick around, you know? Because some people, they just want to subscribe and then want to ask the question and then leave. Thank you, Hera. Thank you. Hopefully. Hi, Razia. How are you? Thank you. See, the people that like me, that want to help me, that want to hear messages from me, who want me to answer their questions, they'll stay. You know? Hi, everyone who's here. Thank you so much for coming by and being a subscriber or considering subscribing. My name is Tan. Artemis Oracle is my channel. You already got your question. I love your channel. Here's my question. Hi, Priya. How are you? Yes, let's not waste time, because if nobody asks me the question, then I'll go into a reading, because I don't want to be here for no reason. Okay. Hi, Alpha. Thank you for stopping by. See, my people. Oh, put your question in the chat. But it made sense because you said it already conflicted, you know? So don't sweat it. What's meant for you will come. Just keep applying, you know? Because you already have your priority, and it's your daughter. So if you have to find a job that works around that, then that's what you do. You already have one question already, Rezia. See? Only one question. So which one you want, Razia? I see Priya's question. Okay. I saw your question, Priya. You don't have to repost it. Okay. Good. All right. Which question you want, Razia? That's cool. I hope it works out for you, Alpha. Thank you. Okay. All right. So let's go with Razia's question first, then Priya's. Okay. Razia. Okay. Hera? Yes or no? Because it's going to be in depth. That's too much. That's a lot. So it's just yes or no. Okay. All right. Does Michelle regret? Let me center myself. Okay, Hera. So let me answer Razia's question first. That card flew out. All right, Razia's question. You said, does he regret ghosting me? It came out as a no. You saw that card flew out. It came out as a no, he doesn't. I don't know why. There's, what reason he had. And sometimes when people ghost people, they have this they rationalize it for themselves. Because I know if I ghost somebody, I have my reasons. And so he may have his reasons why he felt like he had to ghost you or he wanted to ghost you. And it seems like he doesn't regret it with a no. Okay, Razia. Oh, excuse me. It's funny, I burped. And then I see the Lion card, the Leo card. Oh, yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't. He had his reasons. I'm human. Oh, that's cool, Alpha. So now I'm going to answer Priya's question about Gio. All right. Will Gio regret if he sees Priya with a new person? Will Gio regret seeing Priya with a new person? Will Gio regret if seeing Priya with a new person? Will Gio regret seeing Priya with a new person? It looks like a yes. I think he will regret seeing you with a new person. Yeah, you got double yes. He will be doubly regretful if you get committed to someone. You have a committed relationship. Not only seeing you with somebody, but actually having a relationship with somebody. He will regret it. Okay, so I hope that helps you, Priya. Okay, and now let me go to Hera's question. Hera, you're welcome, Razia. Okay, so next is Hera and then H. Hera. Nora is not here, so I can't answer that question. I can only ask about you and Zane, not about somebody that's not here. Talking to someone who's not here. Hera. So the question is, will Zane reconnect with Hera soon? 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 Hussein, reconnect with Harrison. Hussein, regret. Will he reconnect with reconnect with Harrison? Will Zayn reconnect with Harrison? Will Zayn reconnect with Harrison? You got this, you got yes and no. So it's like more like a maybe. I think if he comes back, if he reconnects with you, you and him may have a disagreement or argument, because the Knight of Swords is someone who is aggressive, who may communicate aggressively. He may say something. It's looking like, I would say it's more maybe, and if it's more on the yes side, he's either going to be very enthusiastic about his communication with you, but it may not be in a positive way, with the Six of Pentacles being in the reverse. You know, that's someone that's not being generous, not being kind, you know, so I would say look out for that. Hera. Okay. It was, wasn't it? You're welcome, Priya. Yeah, you said you pissed him off, you know? Yeah. Now, H's question. Oh, I know sometimes when we get into arguments with people and they stay silent, they go, and then sometimes they come back, they may come back with a vengeance. So hopefully he, you know, I would say keep your guard up in case he's like, you could sense he's not in the best of moods when you and him reconnect. Okay, so will H find her next love locally? So will H's next love be local? Will H find her next love locally? H. It's like, oh, yes. Yes, you got a yes card, but you know. The thought that popped in my mind is hopefully, this is bad, this came up in my mind, but I don't know if he's going to be somebody who may have crutches or something, but the thought that popped in my mind is that, no, forget it, I'm not even going to say it because no. Yeah, it's a yes. You got a yes with the upright card. Yeah. Yeah. You may meet him walking while you're out walking. The thing I want to say, I was going to say, it was more a joke than anything, but it was about him not having a home, you know, and there's nothing funny about that. That's why I didn't want to say it, you know, but he could be somebody that, you know, may have been injured, maybe with crutches or a cast or something, or there could be somebody that their car isn't working, you know, so they may be somebody that who may be moving slowly for some reason. That's what came to my mind. Besides the bad joke, the really bad joke. Yeah, sometimes your intention could be, I said it. Sometimes your intention could be, you know, I had my own disagreement with a friend recently, you know, and sometimes we could say things that maybe interpret it a different way. But the thing is, sometimes we have to consider what we're saying before we actually say it. Even if we mean it as a joke. Okay, Trisha, how are you, Trisha? Oh my God. H, I think you have somebody in mind. That's when you're like, oh my God, isn't that guy in the wheelchair that even though there's people, I'm not making fun of people with wheelchairs, but I'm just thinking about somebody like with a walker or like those little scooty things, When you said, is he old? I'm not making fun of people. Oh my God. All right. Okay, Trisha. Okay. Let me see. You're welcome, H. Hi, Trisha. So that's like a two-part question. So the way we can rephrase it is, does Rashid have romantic feelings for Trisha? Or does Rashid see Trisha as only a friend? Which one do you want to ask? So I'm gonna go back to office. So are you it sounds like you're excited about that AI job, Alpha, especially the New York component. Okay. All right, Trisha. Trisha. Rashid. Does Rashid see Trisha as a friend? Does she only see Trisha as a friend? Does she see Trisha as just a friend? Does she see Trisha as just a friend? Or does she just see Trisha as just a friend? It says yes. You got a yes. But just so you know, right, this is when I read for the yes or no, it's the current energy, right? So he may see you as a friend now, but that's something that could change in the future. Everybody knows that sometimes people could be friends with someone and then they could develop feelings later. That happens. Sometimes we develop crushes on friends. So this is the energy now, that he just sees you as a friend. But, if his feelings can change, I don't know if they will change, but that's how it is with humans. If we like people and then we spend enough time with them, we can change the way we view them or see them. And then we may start to develop romantic feelings. So for now, and I'm not saying that's something that's going to happen in the future. I'm just talking about humans as a whole. But right now, he just sees you as a friend. Yeah, he only sees you as a friend right now. I think if he's single, I think he might be just wanting to be single. He just wants to be alone. I hope that helps, Trisha. Now, I saw H had another question. Is he old? Okay. So is H's future next, what was the first question? Here, let me see. Okay. Will H's next love be old? Will H's next love be old? H's next love be old? Will H's next love be old? Will H's next love be old? Oh, you gotta know. He's not old. But it's funny that I was talking about somebody who might be injured and then you get the Four of Swords. He just might be hurt. He might be slow because he's healing. that might be, it's funny that you got the healing card, the Four of Swords. So he's not old. He's not gonna be old, H. He's not gonna be old. You're welcome, Trisha. Okay, let me see. Yeah. That may be a turning point for you, Alpha. Because, you know, those things that usually, I just got overexposed right now. So sometimes those jobs that we don't enjoy are the ones that teach us things, those skills that we wouldn't otherwise learn, you know? Like patience with ourselves and patience with people. Because most of the jobs that have annoyed me have been because of other people. But I have learned to be patient and more compassionate. Okay, so Hera, does Nor have good feelings? So, because you said thoughts and feelings. So, does Nor... Okay. Does Nor have good thoughts and feelings about Hera? Does Nor have good thoughts and feelings about Hera? Does Nor have good thoughts and feelings about Hera? Does Nor have good thoughts and feelings about Hera? Does Nor have good thoughts and feelings about Hera? Does Nor have good thoughts and feelings about Hera? I cut the no. You saw that card just came out as soon as, oh my God, it's like no. And I don't know if there's been something said about you that's untrue and maybe why someone may not be seeing you in a positive light, but it's looking like a no with that. Ew. A card flipped too, another card, I just saw it. It was the Magician. So I don't know if somebody's being manipulative or maybe somebody's saying that you're manipulative with the Magician card coming up. And this the Ace of Swords is like saying a lie. It's something that's not true or someone's not seeing things clearly. So I don't know if someone's painting you in a negative light. So that's what I got, Hera. Thanks. All right. Hi, Happily. Hi, Happy. Okay. Oh, thank you, H. Hey, Marcia, welcome back. I saw you earlier. Oh, your special day, is it your birthday tomorrow? Okay, you started talking other girl, right? You had to pick one question, GOT, because you have two there. Oh my God, I'm still learning. That's why I'm still single. It was funny because a guy was flirting with me in my other chat. I mean, the other live I did. And I was like, no, I'm toxic. I'm toxic. Okay, Hera. Okay. Let's see. Oh, it's a restart number for you? Okay. So I hope your new beginning is off to a positive start. Okay, so I get to pick anyone? Okay, so I want to ask, does Ritesh miss you? What is it? I want to know what this like 16. I remember Alpha, we saw somebody like 14 husbands and we made a whole thing about like, imagine having 14 husbands and then having hinges for hips or something. I don't know if you remember that, Alpha. Like, where does somebody have 14 husbands? I can't even have one. You know, I remember making that joke. Okay, so Ritesh, okay. This is how I connect to you. Don't take offense, please. Okay, does Ritesh miss you? You saw that. Oh my gosh. I think this is going to answer your question, the other question. It came out as no. That card flew out. It was like, no. It's coming off as no. He doesn't miss you. So that, if it's probably because he moved on. I'm sorry, JLT. I know nobody wants to hear that, you know? Okay. I can't answer that question. So, yeah, so that's the person, Noor? Yeah, so. Yeah, so she was, you see, you found a way to get the questions, the answer to your question. Why I keep like mixing that up? You found a way to get the answer to your question. Yeah. See, that's how it goes. See, you're learning, Hera. Yeah, it seems like she's doing or saying something that's trying to paint you in a negative light. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna answer questions for MI2. Huh? Controversial? Sometimes I think you're a little bit of a troublemaker, Alpha. I think you are. I'm getting that vibe from you. I think you want to be the villain. Maybe you're entering your villain era. That's what they're saying. Sometimes I feel like I am too, because I get into the point where, and then this is outside of tarot. It's just like, sometimes when you have to set boundaries, people don't like that, especially if they felt like they could walk all over you, you know? So let me answer Happy's question. Is Benson Boone really Happy's twin flame? Is Benson Boone really Happy's twin flame? Is Benson Boone really Happy's twin flame? It's looking like a yes. But it's interesting that you got the Seven of Swords, because this is like a neutral card, because some people see it in a negative way and somebody sees it in a positive way. So, but it's saying it's a yes. Yeah, you got two yeses. That's interesting. Yeah, it says that he is your twin. He's really your twin flame. Is he the runner? Because you see, this is a dude. Is he a runner? Because you see the Swords is someone who runs. Did he block you too? I don't know, because this is called the blocking card. Or did you block him? I'm wondering, because that card came out. Did somebody get blocked? Answer zero. Okay. Let me see. So I know Hera asked a couple questions already, so I'm going to answer Rezia's. Yes, you can ask another question, Rezia. I personally, I'm keeping my opinion about twin flames out of the equation because I have my own opinions about that. Miss Rezia. Miss Rezia. Yeah, yes. I don't know if he's waiting for you to contact him or you're waiting for him to contact you. But it's a yes. Rezia, I hope that helps. Okay. No, just because somebody's your twin flame doesn't mean if you think they're a twin flame regardless, you don't have to deal with them if you don't want to. You know, it's a choice. Everything is a choice. You know? If he's someone that you don't want to be around, he adds stress to your life and it doesn't, I mean, isn't really doing much for you, then you get to decide if you want him in your life or not, you know? So regardless if twin flame or not, just look at him as a person. If you take the title, the soulmate, twin flame, karmic, take all of that out and just think of him as a person. Would you want that person in your life, you know, at this moment? That's the question you have to ask yourself, you know? I'm only answering yes or no questions. Lolo. Hi, Lolo. I'm only answering yes or no. That's not a yes or no question. So we could ask, did Z have positive or feel happy or about seeing Lolo, or does Z feel, was Z happy to see Lolo? Something like that. Okay, that's better. Thank you. Okay. Did Z feel happy to see Lolo? Did Z feel happy to see Lolo? Does Z feel happy to see Lolo? You got a yes. Yeah, you got a yes with the Tower card. He's probably thinking about the next time he's going to see you. He's probably wondering when's the next time he's going to see you. Lolo. So yes, he was happy. Now, Happy, your question? How are you trying to block somebody that you never met? I mean, like, are you talking to him online or? Will Hera marry someone younger than her? Will Hera marry someone younger than her? No. He's not gonna, whoever you're gonna marry, they're not younger than you. I think you need to look up how to block people. Like, yeah, continue blocking, because just because someone astral travels to you don't mean they're, I mean, like, I mean, the card said yes, but the thing is, that's weird. Because when I'm answering the question, when I'm asking the question, it's with the assumption that this is someone that you actually met, you know? So now you've opened up a new way for me to read. It's because you don't have boundaries. That's why, Happy. If he could travel to you and you have no way of protecting yourself, it's because you don't have any boundaries. He could access you because you're open. Okay. Let me see something. Where's my... Let me see. My backpack fell. Let's see what time it is. Okay. All right. So... I'm going to take a break from answering questions, and I'm going to do a short reading so I could cleanse my palate. Okay, let's see what spiritual advice does Spirit have for you. Let's see what spiritual advice. These are supposed to be funny cards, but I always find a message to give someone. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Tan. Artemis Oracle is my channel. I'm an Oracle and Tarot card reader. And I just finished the first section of yes or no questions. And I need to take a little break without ending the live. So I'm going to do the Sassy Spirits Oracle deck. A reading with that. Let's see what spiritual advice the collective needs to know at this time. That's for the highest and greatest good. What spiritual message does the collective need to know at this time? I'm trying to keep that in check. Okay, look what it says here in the bottom of the deck. You don't suck, you just haven't slept. So if some of you feel like you're failing at something, that you're like everything is going wrong with you, that you can't really keep up with everything that you have, whatever responsibilities, tasks, duties, anything. It's just like you need to relax. You need to sleep. You need to rest. You need to recover. You need to restore your energy. Not rely on energy drinks or coffee or matcha tea or whatever energy source you may rely on. You just need good old-fashioned sleep. You need to rest your body, rest your mind. Now, the other thing is your ego's doing parkour again. So this is like when you, you know, I don't know if everybody knows what parkour is. That's when people like, they jump from building to building. They act like they're Spider-Man and they just leaping from one place to another. Sometimes they're at really high heights. It's something very dangerous, you know, but I feel like this is like someone doing whatever they have to do to get validation, you know, maybe even starting drama because they want attention. They want validation. They want admiration, you know. So it's funny, I saw this card because I was joking. I saw it. I was like, yeah, I try to keep my ego in check because, you know, like it's nice to see so many people like the live and want to ask questions and stuff. But I keep joking. I was like, please, I don't want my head to get big that my glasses break, you know? I made that joke yesterday. I know these are cheap Amazon blue light glasses, but still. I don't want to have to replace them because they're nice, you know? But you know, sometimes, you know, just be careful of doing anything that you maybe just wanting attention. What came to my mind is like posting pictures on Instagram or whatever, TikTok videos or whatever, but with the purpose or intention of gaining attention or someone's specific attention. You know, I know we've all done it. I've done it. We've all done it. You know, so don't allow the validation, the hearts, the likes, the follows, the comments to make your ego bigger than it actually is. You know, I think that you should be looking at how you value yourself, looking at ways that you can validate yourself. I know it's easy to get it from other people, but then if you are constantly in need of other people's validation, then you will do and say things that compromise your authenticity, compromise your integrity, just so that you can get a like, a follow or anything. So this is about remaining authentic and also grounded, not allowing, you know, the attention that you may be receiving from people or someone specific to cloud your judgment in any way, you know, because the ego you can have a healthy ego, but then you could have an unhealthy ego where, you know, you come off as maybe even narcissistic. You may lean towards narcissistic. And narcissism is a diagnosis. Okay, I'm not a psychologist or psychiatrist, though I'm thinking about going back to school to become one, a psychologist. But there's a healthy way where you can, you know, value yourself, love yourself, admire yourself, but not to the point where you're doing it just for attention, you know? And you want to make everything about yourself. You know what it is? Okay, so now you've outgrown that BS. Now act like it. So I don't know, like it's funny because we have validation and drama here. Here it says drama script, toxic. I think some of you may be at this place. This is so interesting because if you think about the card that we have here, maybe some of you have been doing this. Like you felt like you've been jumping like through hoops to get attention and, you know, but then you've reached that point where you've like, I don't fucking care anymore. I don't care if anybody likes me. I don't care if anybody thinks I'm pretty. I don't care if anybody thinks I'm nice, you know? And that may be what has been draining you. This is something that you need to consider, especially if you have been compromising yourself, being a people pleaser, you know, because you want people to like you, to be your friend, you know, to validate you in some way. But it gets to a point where it's draining because like it's an act. It's all an act. So some of you may be reaching that point, or it may be coming soon, or it has happened where you're like no longer, you're like, I outgrew this. I'm done with this. I need to be myself. I need to be who the fuck I am, regardless of what anybody else thinks, you know, because you only have one life. Why are you going to spend it trying to be somebody else, right? You ever heard that quote? About imitate. It's not the imitation quote. There's some quote that says that there's only one you know, so be the best person you can be instead of being a cheap copy of somebody else. You know, we see that a lot on social media, you know, everybody looks the same, you know, they all have the same lips, the same eyes, even the men, you know, even the same ass. The only thing that's different is the serial number. You made it. So if this is you, that you've outgrown this, you like gotten tired of like performing for approval, you know, but it's like, you probably reached this point where you have unlearned how to be this person that everybody expected you to be. And now you're like an acceptance of who you are, despite the criticism, despite the scars, the wounds, you know, accepting every freaking frizzy hair that you have, every wrinkle you have on your shirt, you know, not being perfect to meet someone else's standards, to meet society standards, to meet your community standard, you know, because you're creating a standard of your own, you know. So yeah, survive yourself. Sometimes we get in our own way, you know, we can self-sabotage, not allowing yourself to be who you truly are, who you were born to be, and being something that somebody else expects you to be. That's self-sabotage, you know, because you're not being yourself. You're meeting somebody else's expectations, someone's standards. You're following someone else's script instead of writing your own script, instead of being the main character in your own story. You know what I mean? So that's what I got from that deck. See, it's supposed to be funny, but I can make shit serious. Okay. So that was a good palate cleanser. What do you think? Okay, let's see. I see questions. Thank you, Alpha, for being my moderator. All right, sorry. It's like in your way of like, it's like giving them like, you're like, see, you know? It's like, oh, you said that you don't like my whatever that, I'm going to wear this even harder. I'm going to get more of them, you know? Like sometimes you see people who like, sometimes they do things and you may like, oh, that's not really attractive. But the thing is what they like, you know? Like I saw somebody with white eyelashes. And they were dark skinned. So it looks a little weird, but the thing is like, that's her being her authentic self, not giving a fuck how she looks with white eyelashes, you know? And I think one of the hardest things that us humans ever have to do in this lifetime is being ourselves, because of how we're taught, we're indoctrinated to meet a standard that was established by someone who has absolutely nothing to do with us and someone who has been long dead, you know, who no longer exists, but their influence somehow has stood the test of time, you know? And it's kind of like, and it still exists, you know, you see people who are basically like clones. They all look the same. You know, I don't want to say everybody looks the same, but if you go on social media, a lot of people look the same. They look the same. It's like, can you even tell who anybody is anymore? You know, the only way you'll know they're different is maybe their voice sounds different or maybe their hair color, you know? It's weird. It's like a lot of people want to be someone but themselves because it's easier to pretend to be somebody else, especially when you want to be accepted, you know? But when you don't give a fuck if anybody accepts you, that's when you're like the freest. You know, you could say what you really feel, regardless of how it may come off, Hera, right? Maybe it's a joke, you know, but some people might not take it that way. You know, you can't control how people interpret or anything that you do or say, because that's their way of translating. That's their way of understanding. But the only person that you need to understand first is yourself, because when you're able to understand yourself, you are more compassionate and understanding of other people and more accepting. You know, most of the people who are very judgmental and stuff, they're projecting their inadequacies onto other people, you know? I hope that makes sense. Yeah, there's nobody, it's like their username may be different, their hair color may be different, you know, but it's like everybody, and I don't want to say everybody, but a lot of people, it seems like it's everybody. And it's because they get a lot of attention. They get the recognition. It's like, look, see, another person that's falling in line, you know, following what you're supposed to do. And then there's people like, yeah, okay, I guess I'm going to jump on the bandwagon. And other people are like, fuck this shit. I want to be myself. You know, I want to stand out, you know? Okay. And I'm not saying I'm better than anybody, because I will get surgery, you know, like I will get this done, you know, I don't think I need to do anything with my butt. My butt, that's my COVID ass, you know. I earned this. I got this fat ass because I've been eating and squatting a lot too. So, but I want to start answering questions. I want to get off my soapbox, but I hope that, you know, helped unlock some things in people's minds, because it's something that I've experienced in the past, and it's a journey of self-acceptance, you know, but then it's like so freeing to be yourself, you know, without I have a filter on. Maybe I should stop being with a filter, but I like the way it looks. It makes my hair look better, because sometimes my hair doesn't look the greatest, you know, but I'm being honest about it, you know? I'm not perfect, you know? But sometimes you want to look perfect, you know? I'm going to start answering questions. Yeah. Yeah. But the thing is, it's like, it's not real, you know? It's all manufactured. Everybody's like on a factory line, like... Yeah, I can just imagine humans like like, you know, like Barbies and Chucky dolls, and you know, just seeing like a conveyor belt of people. You know, they go in one way and then they come out the other way on the other end of the belt, looking like somebody that just came out of the conveyor belt before them. You know, they all, it's like. I think I took a little bit far. Okay, so let me see. Okay, Nivedita. Hi, Nivedita. I hope I'm saying your name right. Okay, I'm gonna start answering questions. See, like me talking about that stuff is something that I would never have done before. I learned to use my voice. You ever heard that song from Amy Lee? Use your voice. Use my voice. I think that's what it's called. Use my voice. Oh, something like that. They came out during the pandemic. Okay, does Shrikant really love me? Does Shrikant really love? It's looking like a yes. I know it's like the Ten of Swords is like the worst, but this is like whatever, he does love you with the yes. But I don't know, like if you and him broke up or something, but it's like there's a end of a cycle, and it could have been a painful one, but it's saying yes, he still loves you. He still loves you, never. I hope that helps you. Okay, let's see. I just imagine a conveyor belt. Hi. Hi, Hera. I already answered that question. I answered that question, Hera. It said no, he's not going to be, they're not going to be younger. They're not going to be younger than you, Hera. But you got the Four of Swords. It was the Four of Swords in reverse. So I was like, and it kind of confirmed what I said, that there may be somebody that got hurt, maybe moving slowly. They're healing because the Four of Swords in reverse came out. So it was a no, but it kind of confirmed what I said, that someone may be hurt. I mentioned like crutches or like a cast or something. Yeah. That's the thing, is like this idea of a race. And I know they talk about that a lot in New York, how, you know, it's very fast paced here. But I think the reason why we're moving very quickly is because we know the type of bullshit that we may encounter. So we're trying to move as quickly as we can to avoid it, you know? That's just a theory that came up in my mind right now. You're welcome, Nivedita. Have a wonderful day. I think it's daytime in India, right? Because I know you're ahead of me. Wait, it's about 11 hours ahead, 11, 12, 13 hours ahead. So I think it's the morning over there, is it? It might be 6 in the morning. I could be wrong. Okay, let me see. Does anybody else have a question? Moon, okay. Well, Mona. Hi, Mona. I hope you're still there. Thank you for listening to my rants, my sassy spirit rant. Thank you to everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking and subscribing, because if you're in the chat, that means you're subscribed to the channel. So I really appreciate your presence here. And I appreciate you, Alpha. I didn't get to say that to you yesterday. I was rewatching the live, and I was like, I didn't say thank you to Alpha for being here and allowing me to read for him. Thank you. Okay, Mona's question. Will Mona get a good percentage in her job? Will Mona get a good percentage in her work? Ooh, another burp. Sorry. Excuse me. Will Mona get a good percentage in her work? Will Mona get a good percentage in her work? That's funny because 2 cards came out. You got the yes with the 10 of Pentacles. But I feel like with the Tower being reversed, I think it's not going to be what you expected. It's going to be a good percentage, but it's not going to be what you expected. You know, it could probably be higher than what you think. Or it could be a little bit lower, but still good. But it looks like a yes. Because the 10 of Pentacles, I don't know if there's money involved. I don't know if it includes a raise or something. But it looks like it's a yes, but it might be unexpected. Something you probably didn't expect that percentage. That's what I'm getting. I hope that helps, Mona. Thank you, Nivedita. I hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you, Alpha. Oh, 4:48 a.m. Okay, so I need to know the time difference because I know a lot of people from India watch me. Let me see. India time. Right now, 4:50. So time difference. It says 9.5 hours ahead of us. That's interesting. I didn't know that. 4:40. Wow. Hey, Christy, how you doing? So I hope you have a good day, Navidita. Does anybody else have a question? Or should I do another reading? It's funny, when somebody says something about my voice, then I change my voice. I get soft. I get ASMR-y. You like the way my voice sounds? I'm just joking. I hate when I hear people whispering into the mic. It's like, stop it. Stop it. I don't like ASMR. Does anybody have a question? Because I could take a break and do another reading. Thank you for the likes. Hi, Mo. How are you? Good to hear. Okay, let's see. Does anybody have a yes or no question? I'm doing yes or no questions. So yes will be a card upright and no will be reversed. But if you mean general reading, I already did a general reading for the collective. I just did one and I restarted answering yes or no questions. The green cards are rubbing off on my finger. You see? I don't know if you can see my knuckles look green. It's the back of the tarot cards. You wanna know if you have a good weekend ahead? Okay. Often have a good weekend ahead. Often have a good weekend ahead. Okay, good. You're welcome, Mo. It was a hangman? No, that was sorry. I was thinking about H's question about the old guy. Is the person... No, wait. I don't remember. I went on my rant. Okay. Okay. Well, Mo, have a good weekend ahead. Will Mo have a good weekend ahead? Will Mo have a good weekend ahead? Will Mo have a good weekend ahead? Oh, thank you, Hera. Will Mo have a good weekend ahead? Ooh, I don't know what this means, other than it's a no, right? But the Knight of Wands in reverse is, I don't know if you're someone who constantly has a lot of plans, you're always busy and stuff. So things might start to slow down for you this weekend, where you may not be doing as much. Like you may not have plans, you may not be active this weekend. Let me see what's at the bottom. Yeah, that's what I don't know if you're someone who likes to go out and party, or I don't know, because I see the Three of Cups at the bottom. So I was thinking that it's going to be a slow weekend. So I don't know. Yeah, the Knight of Wands is someone who's like always racing back and forth. They're like always active. So it's looking like if this is saying no, that you're not going to have a good weekend, it's probably because you're not going to be as active as you usually are. You may not be going out and socializing. I don't know if that makes sense to you. That's what I got before I even saw the Three of Cups. But you will know, because the week is still early, right? I read for the current energy. Anything can change, like this week we're still, what day is today? Tuesday? Yeah, it's Tuesday. Oh, thank you for confirming for me. Well, thank you. But yeah, but anything can change. But if that's the type of weekend you want to have, then if not, you could start planning ahead. Like, okay, if I want to be active. I want to be out there, so you can start making plans to do that. That's the beauty of tarot, because if the cards say this and then you're not happy with the answer, it's like giving you an opportunity to think about in what ways you can change the answer, Okay, Alpha, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate you. Take care. Okay. I don't like answering those karma questions, because everybody has their own idea of what karma is. And in my mind, it's more like the truth comes out and people see the person for who they are. Not like they get struck by lightning or, something bad happens to them. You know what I mean? So I really don't like asking those karma questions, because I don't know what karma means for you, Hera. And the reason why is because I noticed one of my videos where it was a short and it had a lot of views, And it was like their life is spiraling. And I saw a lot of people watched it. And I was like, wow, people like to know bad things are happening to somebody, you know? I found that interesting because that video had so many views in comparison to the videos that were posted around the same time. Okay, so will the truth come out about Noor? Here. Okay, will the truth come out about Noor? Will the truth about Noor come out? Will the truth come out? Because we have to connect it to you. Yes, you can. It has to be a yes or no question. Yes, upright, and no reversal. Okay. Well, the truth about Noor. Well, the truth about what Noor says about Hera. I'm trying to frame the question. So I'm trying to put you in the question. Will people find out what Noor has done or has said about Hera? Will people see the truth about Noor? What Noor has done to Hera? I'm trying to put in a question. Will the truth come out about what Noor has done to Hera? Oh. Does that sound right? You could put your question in the chat, MS. Will people get to know how badly Noor has portrayed Hera? Because we came up two cards. Because the Queen of Swords is someone who is dishonest, who is cold, maybe manipulative in a negative sense. But with the yes card, I feel like this is a yes. But I feel like it may not be like full scale. Like some people may find out about it. Like the truth will come out, but not the complete truth. Because the ace is like something small. So, but I think it's something like the truth is going to come out, and then eventually the whole truth will come out about her dishonesty, about how she's portrayed you, Hera. I hope that helps you, Hera. Oh, thank you for joining, Mo. I hope you have a great evening wherever you are in Malaysia. Okay. Oh, you're a good morning. Yeah, Malaysia, you're ahead of us. So I hope you have a good day. Take care, Mo. Okay. All right. Hi, HM. I'm going to answer Mira's question and then I'll answer yours. Okay. Is David interested in messaging Mira? Is David interested in messaging Mira? Is David interested in... You gotta know. And it's funny that this is a love card. You know, if this came out a yes, it'd be like, yes, he has feelings for you. He likes you and it's mutual. But this is no. It looks like a no, Mira. And it might be because he doesn't have feelings for you. I don't know if this is your crush. So it seems like no, he doesn't have interest in messaging you because the feelings are mutual. Oh, I hate reporting stuff like that, but that's the card that came out. I'm sorry, Mira. Okay. And I'm going to put a boundary. I don't like doing gossip questions. I don't like doing that because it's giving me flashbacks to another person, you know? Oh, you're welcome, Hera. Okay, HM. I'm sorry, Mira. But, you know, it's okay because, like, I read for the current energy, right? And like I was telling somebody else, someone may see you as a friend. They may not have feelings for you, but as the friendship develops and they get to know you more, if this is someone that you interact with, feelings can change. They may change, but it's not set in stone, you know? Sometimes someone will continue to see you as a friend or may not even see you romantically, but sometimes there's that chance that someone can start to change the way they feel or the way they view you. So, but I say that because that's just a human thing, you know, and it's not to give false hope or anything, but it's just the way it is, you know. I had a friend that I didn't think I would be attracted to, but yeah, I was attracted to him, you know. I'm trying to answer questions for different people depending on how they come in. So let me answer HM's question. Will HM encounter any problems with publishing their book? Will HM encounter any problems with publishing their book? Will HM encounter any issues with publishing their book? Will HM You gotta know. You have a no, HM. You got the star card too, so it's looking like a no, you won't, and I think things are gonna be going smoothly for you. So if this is like a dream, like I think anybody who's writing a book, that's like their dream to publish. And it's funny, the numbers are mirroring. I have 12 people here with 21 likes. Now it's 13 people. But I saw 1221. 1221. December 21st. I don't know. I don't know if that number means anything to anybody. I just thought about it right now. Because I saw the number mirroring each other. I'm going to look that up later. It's looking like, no, you're not going to experience any issues with your publishing your book. You're not going to encounter any issues. And I think things are going to go smoothly for you. That it's like a wish come true for you. I feel like that's what it is with the star card showing up. I hope that's helpful, HM. Oh, Isle, thank you for allowing me to read for you. I hope everything goes well with your book. I think that's like to be able to write a book That's amazing. I know somebody who's doing that right now, and I see how hard it is. Especially if you have a lot of stuff going on in like in life, like interfering or like distractions and stuff, but to be able to sit down and be focused. Like, I admire anyone who writes a book. I admire that immensely, because that's a lot of dedication and hard work. Especially since it's a part of you. It's your baby, essentially. You could ask another question, MS. Didn't you ask this question before, H? I swear you asked this question before. Oh, wow. But you remember, these people are exes for a reason. You know? All right, but let's see if they want to be your friend. But I don't know what friend means to you. Like, is that platonic or like friends with, you know? Okay. But see, I remember something. I remember that question. Can you clarify what friend is? So we could. Maybe, you know what? Just friends. Okay. All right. Will H's ex-boyfriend want to be her friend? But do you want to be friends with them? That's the most important thing. Because you got a yes. But the Knight of Swords. But the main question is, do you want to be their friend? That's the most important thing. Because somebody could want to be your friend, but if you're not feeling them, you don't have to make them your friend. You could be nice. You could keep it cordial. Like they say, keep it moving, but keep it cordial, but keep it moving. You know. Ultimately, is if you want them to be your friend, though, they could want to be your friend all they want. You know. Okay, Christy. Hi, Christy. Should Christy move to another city? Be wary, because you may think it's just friends, but for him it's like it may be more. You know, especially if he got a taste of you. You're welcome, H. I had to add that in. Okay. Should Christy move? Let me check the question because I want to see it. Okay, make sure no cards flipped. Should Christy move to another city? Should Christy move to another city? Oh, specific. Should Christy move to another city? Should Christy move to another city? It's saying yes. And this is funny because this is like a travel card. This is about moving and moving quickly. I don't know if this is an opportunity that you're getting and it's like time sensitive in some way, you know, but it's saying yes. It may be an opportunity that you're being asked to seize with the Eight of Wands. You got the Chariot too. You got double yes. And Chariot is a vehicle, moving. It's like a moving man, because you're asking about moving. It's like yes. You got a yes. If you were already thinking about it, if you're already planning it, this is your confirmation. There may be something better for you somewhere else. And that's usually how it is. Sometimes people stay in places where they feel comfortable, but there aren't as many opportunities or for growth or happiness or a lot. But you've been traveling a lot. So maybe you already have an idea of where you want to move too. At least the vibe, you know? So yeah, you got a double yes with the 8 of Wands and the Chariot. Okay. Rallying. Oh, that's North Carolina, right? I hope my geography memory works. Okay. I hope that helps, Christy. Hi, hello again, Razia. Well, Merced, contact Razia. Charlotte. That's North Carolina too, right? Oh, you got no, Razia. I don't know if because they may not be contacting you because there may be something going on in the background, you know? If things aren't, I don't know if they got issues with work. Oh, okay. Wow. God bless you, Christy. God bless you. That must be so difficult working with I don't want to say that demographic of women, but women who experience that. God bless you. You're welcome, Razia. It's looking, but I don't know if there's something going on in the background that's like an imbalance something that they need to get right. Something may not be going well for them, and then maybe that's what could be holding them up from contacting you. Sometimes people may not be going through good things, and then they don't want to talk about it. So sometimes they retreat and stay to themselves. So I hope that helps you, Razia. Now you're definitely an earth angel doing that. That's earth angel work, Christy. Let me see his name. I'm going to be very careful with how I answer this because I think I told you yesterday. I don't know if this is yesterday because I believe yesterday is the first time you've come to my channel, Razia. And I think I told you he loved you yesterday. And I'm going to tell you why the answer changed now. Because it's saying no now, right? But the reason why with the King of Wands, when the King of Wands is reversed like this, it's because they're more thinking about themselves. And we saw the Justice card in reverse before with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So I don't know. Like I said, I think there's something going on in the background where he's like more thinking about himself right now. And remember, I'm reading for the current energy. And like I mentioned before, people's feelings are like, they could change in a moment's notice. So the reason why I'm saying that the reason is no is because I think he's thinking about himself right now. You know, because the King of Wands in the reverse is considered like a selfish king, an egotistical king, a narcissistic king, you know? So I think that's why the answer is no right now. You're welcome, Christy. Hey, Shapeshifter, how you doing? Oh my gosh. Not right now. I don't take donations now. Not right now. MS. Oh, Razia. Because I know sometimes, like, I was having this conversation with somebody in a previous chat. It's like sometimes you can love somebody, then sometimes you don't love them. But then it's like stuff going on in a relationship or with someone personally where they're not even thinking about other people. They're thinking about themselves, you know? But you can ask a question. Did you ask another question? Because I know you... I know you asked me if you could, but you can ask another question. I'm doing well, thank you. Now I'm gonna reverse the cards. You can ask another question, MS. Let me see something. I have to figure out how to do that. I know I can't get super chats yet because I don't have enough watch time. I'm a couple thousand. I'm like a little over 1,000. Like maybe like I need more people to watch my videos, in order for me to get the memberships. But my goal, I don't know when that's gonna happen. I just had to figure out how to do it. Because when money comes into play, you know, it's taxes and stuff like that. So I'm trying to see in what way I could figure that out, you know. But that'll be the goal, because once I'm able to do that, then I could actually do full readings for people, you know, do like full on tarot readings. I hope you're doing a lot of meditation. That's my problem. I have a hard time meditating. That's something I need to work on. I think the more time you spend meditating, that's the more you could like remove the clutter. But I have things like I actually have a job, like a full-time job. So this is like kind of like a hobby, but it's something that I really care about and that I want to build up, you know? So I need to work up my meditation stamina. Oh, the thing is that I'm not religious. That's the thing. Even though I like churches. I have a thing for Catholic churches. I like Catholic churches. They're beautiful. I'm not Catholic. I was raised Catholic to a certain extent, you know. I know when I went to Italy, I wanted to go to a church because the churches in Italy are like really, really old, you know? And I know we have old churches here, you know, and today's St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day for the US. You know, we have St. Patrick's Cathedral, and that's one of the most popular churches in New York. But I went to the Vatican. I went to St. Peter's Basilica, I think that's what it's called. That's what it's called? I forgot. I went to the Basilica, you know. It was just too many people there. But that's more like a tourist attraction than anything. Even though they do have services there. Sistine Chapel. I went to Sistine Chapel. But then I actually was walking around because I wanted to go see the Trevi Fountain. And I came across a chapel. And it was so beautiful. I had these beautiful statues and art. And they had this giant organ. You know, like the organ, it's like kind of like a piano with pipes. In a way, that's like the best way to describe it. It was beautiful. And it was peaceful there in comparison to Vatican City because there was just a lot of people, a lot of tourists. Let me see. Oh, excuse me, princess. Okay. I'm thinking about doing, I want to do a reading, a general reading. Okay. And plus, I'm a very visual person. So seeing things, it brings up ideas, thoughts, messages, especially with music. Okay, I'm going to answer your question. Now I'm going to go into a general reading. Oh, thank you for the idea, Shapeshifter NH. I know my kid's father, he could meditate. I don't know how he could do it. I know this much. If I'm doing meditation, I cannot do it with my eyes closed. I could just stare into something, like stare off into space. I could do it that way. Closing my eyes is like all the images. Maybe that's why I need to learn how to quiet my mind. Like you said, little by little. Rinpoche's technique, Rinpoche. Okay, yeah. Okay, thank you for that, Shapeshifter. Okay, tell me your question, Niharika. Narika. I hope I'm saying your name right. I'm sorry. What's your question? It has to be a yes or no question. But if the card's upright, if it's upright, it's a yes. If it's reversed, it's a no. After I do this, when I finish the live, I'm going to try to meditate. What's your question, Niharika? Wow, thank you so much for joining, subscribing, liking. It really means a lot to me. I know some people, I know this already. I'm not stupid. I'm not naive. But I know some of you are going to unsubscribe, or some will unsubscribe. But that's okay, because every question is practice for me, you know? So let's go to Niharika's question. Thank you. Okay, so I'm not even going to question why you would want him to contact you, because we all have a personal reason. So I'm not gonna question that. Well, I need to contact Niharika. Well, I need to contact Niharika. I need to contact Niharika. It's looking like a yes. He's going to contact you with the Ace of Wands. And that has to do with, like, the aces are always about new beginning. So, but it's looking like a yes. But hopefully it's not for sexy time, you know, because you got to be honest, this looks like a man's thing, you know. So hopefully it's not for that reason. But we're going to find out, because if he, well, really. I don't know. Let's see. Now, does he miss Niharika the way she misses him? Does Aditya miss Niharika? So does Aditya miss Niharika the way she misses him? Does Aditya miss Niharika the way she misses him? Does Aditya miss Niharika the way she misses him? Oh, wow. It got me shuffling like crazy. I wanted to come out. Oh, Mary. Does Aditya miss Narika the way she misses him? It's like, yes. And this is 7 of Pentacles. It's like he's reflecting on what's happened in the relationship. So it's like a yes, but he's also being reflective. I hope that helps you, Narika. And thank you for the compliments. So he does miss you the way you miss him. Hey, Ethel, how are you? I am reading tarot cards. So I'm answering yes or no questions. So if the card is upright, it's a yes. If it's reversed, it's a no. I like how you say, hey, like this is your first time coming back. Thank you, Lion Sky Ventures. Thank you. Have a great evening as well. Hi, Ethel. I hope you're doing well. No, it's not demonic. It's not. Okay, I look forward to having you back. Take care. No, it's not demonic. It's all about intention. How come I knew you were going to ask something like that, Jake? Okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. You're allowed to be curious. But it's not. At least my intention isn't that. It isn't that. My intention is to help people, you know? Because when I look at the cards, I see what comes to my mind, how it relates to the question that they have. And I give advice or I tell them what I see, you know? So it's about intuition, you know? Everybody has intuition. Like, I don't know if you know, if you experienced something where like say you were invited to go out and then there was like something inside of you that told you not to, and you listen to that voice or that, you know, that gut feeling you have, and you find out something happened. That's basically what these cards are kind of like. I see something and it gives me images or gives me a story or information, and then I share that with how it relates to the person asking the question. Okay, Ethel, let's answer Ethel's question. Okay, so will Ethel be able to get her storage done by the end of the month? Will Ethel be able to get her storage done by the end of the month? It's looking like yes, but you might feel rushed. And you may feel like you're wasting time, but it's going to happen, okay? It's looking like it's going to happen by the end of the month, Ethel. Oh. You want to ask about money? You're welcome, Ethel. Oh my gosh. Yes, good luck, Ethel. I hope everything works out for you. Is it the place that you talked about with other people? Or is it your own space? No, you know, I don't want you to tell your business here because the messages stay in the chat, and you know, I value privacy. So okay, so what would you like to know about money? Do you have a specific question? And we could try to get an answer for you. Okay. Okay. Well, I still get enough money to pay rent and move. Yeah, I still get enough money to pay rent and move. Well, I still get enough money to pay rent and move. Wow, Ethel. I think there's Happy St. Patrick's Day. There's a specific card for you. I know it is. Well, I get enough money to pay rent and move. Ooh. I kind of saw that this was going to come out. I think it's, if you have a specific time frame in mind, right? It's looking like a no, right? But I feel like there's something that you need to have patience with. I don't know if you've applied for like certain resources that your state offers for people that are wanting to move and get into their own space. But I think it's requiring patience on your part, because I think, if I remember correctly, you wanted to find out if you will be moving into an apartment in April, and it came out as no, but I think it was going to come out in May. So like the current. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. Definitely a lot of patience. I don't know how quickly those applications are processed. And I'm guessing, depending on the like how dire the circumstances are, it may be like, I don't know if they have like emergency services like that, where they get, they could expedite. Oh, wow. Okay. Because I know in New York, they opened the application it was 2023. It was the year my grandmother died. In 2024, they opened the applications. And I know a lot of people were applying and you've been on it for that long. The answer right now is saying no. But I feel like it's probably you've been very patient. 2 years is that's very patient. Hopefully it's May. I don't know how that works. Like, have you been following up with the application? Like, have you updated information? Is that something that you have to do too? Because now that your circumstances have changed, there may be something that you can do to kind of help expedite the application for yourself. I'm not familiar with your state's process, and I'm not really much familiar with New York's either, but I know it's a long wait. Okay, good. And So my advice is to can you continue checking in on that, especially if you have like a someone that's helping you, like maintaining your application, like a caseworker or a social worker, maintaining that, but also looking at what other resources are available to you too while you're waiting for your application. Because I know at least with Section 8, you also have to find an apartment that accepts Section 8, right? So I wish you so much luck. And I was thinking about you today. I was thinking about you. I was like, I didn't see Ethel. I hope everything's okay with her. But you know what? With Section 8, I don't know if, I don't know much about it, other than that's something that a service that a lot of people really need when they're having issues with housing. But I don't know if credit has any bearing in that. But you would know more since you've applied and you've been waiting. But like I'm not talking about like loans or anything like that. I'm thinking like maybe other emergency services that you can get, that could help you. Yes, please pray for Ethel. We want Ethel to be at a safe place and her own home. The goal is May 2026. Because that's what I saw on the cards for her. So just see what other Section 8 is a resource that's available for people who need help with paying for housing, like for rent, or I don't know. I think it's only rent. I don't know if they help pay with mortgage. I think there may be something else like that. But I think see if there's other resources. Yes, in some way, if there's someone that you know is responsible and who can help you with bills too, definitely consider having someone. But I think we mentioned this before. I said be careful of anybody that homosexual. Remember homosexual? I don't think your son could be homosexual, so that's a good thing. So that's a dark joke. I'm sorry, But I hope everything works out for you, Ethel. I truly do. Oh, look at that. So I think that's good to know. Since you've already put in the work, I would say start looking at apartments just to like have it in your mind. I don't know if you've already been doing this, but since you already put in an application and you've been doing the follow-up, start looking at places that accept Section 8, even if it's a house. And just start like doing that manifestation where you start to visualize it, because you are putting in effort, but also it's like, also imagine how you would feel in your new home, all that, like add everything, put everything in the mix, October, geez, Lord, that's too long. If just look at what your best options are, I truly hope everything works out for you. And I appreciate you coming by again and allowing me to read for you. That could be an issue. I remember, I'm going to talk a little story about myself. When I was pregnant with my second son, I was so desperate to leave my mother's house. Oh, thank you, Ethel. I was so desperate to leave my mother's house, and the way I felt, I had to apply for services. I think it doesn't. People should not be ashamed for needing help. Sometimes you need help just to get you out of a situation that isn't conducive to your overall well-being, and then being able to get back on your feet and then move on and no longer need the services, because some people, they just use the services for temporary reasons, right? And I know certain people like to vilify people who are receiving services for long term, but I know there are people who abuse the system, but there are also people who can't work, who rely on the system to take care of their basic survival needs, so until they could get on their feet, or because they have some sort of issue that doesn't allow them to work, right? Everybody's situation is different. So it's the hardest thing to do, because feel like some people feel like it's a failure, but the thing is like, no, but if you need help, you need help. You don't want to stay stuck in a situation that doesn't make you happy, you know, that it just stresses you out. But what my story is, I wanted to leave my mother's house so badly because I was having my second child, and I wanted my child to have more room, more freedom than my older son had, right? So I was desperate to leave. So I had to apply for public assistance, and you know, it was the application was so easy to do. You know, like I brought in the documents, everything, but it was just a matter of waiting, and it was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. You know, yeah, space for a baby, a new baby, especially another child, 2 children, one growing and one who does need room. But the whole point is that I was so impatient that it kind of like, I felt like I was waiting forever because I was so focused on waiting for the result instead of just thinking about like, or planning or preparing myself for the move, because I knew it was going to happen. It was just like, I wanted it when I wanted it, not when it was supposed to happen, you know? So everything happens for a good reason, you know? Maybe you've applied for Section 8 and it took 2 years because, you know, I know how it could be a long waiting list. I know that much. So I don't want to like trivialize the wait. But, you know, but it's like the second time I moved and I was trying to get into housing, and, you know, New York housing, for at least back then, wasn't the greatest. I know they're making improvements and renovations and stuff like that now. And my application was denied because I was living in an apartment that was way more than I could afford with what I was earning. And I was a full-time student and I was working part-time. And, but my application was denied because of issues with rent, you know, trying to maintain and pay rent, but also being a public assistance too, and not getting the rent money that I needed as quickly as I needed it. So it kind of made it look like I was being irresponsible when I wasn't. So I ended up having to pay back rent myself out of my own pocket because I was able to save money. But eventually, when that day came when I had to do the fair hearing for housing, it went horrible. It did not go good, you know? This is story time with Tan. But I remember I was so sad. But then I was like thinking, you know what? This was meant to be. This is, you know, something better is going to come along, because I know what it was like. I grew up in housing, so I already knew how housing is, you know, especially if you don't upkeep the home, you know, the infestations that could happen, all that stuff, right? So I remember being on the train and crying and saying to myself, no, there must be something better is going to come along, something better. I ended up moving a couple months later into a brand new apartment that was half the rent that I was paying. Half the fucking rent. I was paying almost $1,000. I moved into a brand new apartment that was just built. I'm the first person in that apartment. So it's because I had that thought. I did apply. I forgot about that application. I forgot about it. And then I get a letter in the mail like, oh, we want you to apply. We received your application. We want you to provide us proof, your documents and stuff. And I did that so quickly. And it was like in March. And then by April, they were like, okay, the apartment's yours. You know, they even said, you know, you could go to the building, just go look at the apartment. And when I saw it, I was like, oh my God, you know, so I hope that happens to you, Ethel. I hope that happens for you. I know I had an issue with reconnecting, but that whole thing, I hope that happens to you, that something good happens and then it's going to exceed your expectations, you know, but it's a matter of, don't get fixated on a specific outcome. And, you know, like sometimes what you want is not what's meant for you. Something better is meant for you. And that's what happened with me. And I love sharing that story because when I started learning about manifestation and of attraction and stuff like that, and I go back to that story, that was a perfect example of it. You know, I did the work, I put the effort in putting the applications, I completely forgot about them. And then I had this idea that I wanted to live in housing because it would be so much more affordable. But I ended up moving into a beautiful apartment that was half the fucking rent I was currently paying in the building I was living in, you know? So I'm sharing that because I hope that happens for you. Ethel, I don't think you should be focusing on anybody right now but yourself. You need to visualize. You have to visualize. And I'm not gonna say to like be harping or like be obsessed with what you want, but just like think about it. You know, put it out there what you want. And then yeah, maybe a person will be a nice distraction, but hopefully, let's see. Maybe no, you will get your no maybe. You need your own space because you don't want to end up in a situation where you have to leave. You want a place that's just your own, that you will never have to leave. He could cook in your apartment that's under your name and your lease. Okay. But I'll ask the question. Okay. Well, I mean, I'll answer the question for you. But the reason why I'm like it's just I don't want you to get sidetracked. You know what I mean? How long have you known him? Because remember I told you about hobosexual? Remember I told you somebody who wants to live with you, but they don't really want to pay to be aware of that? Yeah, I think, because I'm thinking about that. You say you use your intuition, H. If you want to move, you move. That's too soon. No. Ethel, no. You have to focus on yourself. This is, you know how, I was watching something that God likes to test us. This is a test. Ethel, this is a test. Remember, you had to leave somewhere. Think about that. If you were to go with somebody else and then this person, like, I don't want to be negative or anything, but we had to be realistic. My opinion, these cards are not opinions. My opinion is if you want to move, you know when you want to move. If you want to stay in your house now, if that's not even a thing, then yeah, you've only known him a week. Yeah, I think that it's a test. I think right now you need to focus on yourself because you have to reflect on the situation that you experienced and if you want that to repeat. And H, my opinion is when it comes to that, it's like you'll know when it's the right time for you to move, you know? I think that right now, what I said about reflect on what you've experienced. And if you want to experience that again, you'll know the answer there. That's the answer you came to. Because you know the answer. You know yourself. You know your experience more than anybody here. And I don't want to tell you something and it's not what's right for you. You know? Yeah, housing is like, ugh. I know how it is in New York. There's a building that I pass and affordable housing for who? The rent is like $1,500. And I don't even know if that's even a 1-bedroom apartment or a studio. And that's in New York City. You talking about me? Oh, we've lived there for for most of their life. They like it, but I think I'm ready for my own space, you know? I'm ready for my own space. So one day that will happen. One day. One day. Okay, so I'm going to be ending this live soon because it's time for me to have dinner. I have dinner waiting for me. So I thank everyone all so much. Oh, so much. I don't know why that came out like that. I thank you so much for joining me today, allowing me to read for you, entertain you in some way, because I know it was a little, I think at some point I was being a little silly. But I wish everybody the best, especially Ethel. Do you know what what song came on my mind right now? You are always on my mind. That's an Elvis song. The Elvis song. All right, good evening, everyone, or have a great day for those who are already in Wednesday. I hope everyone has a wonderful day or evening ahead, and I just want everybody to be at peace and stress-free, even if it's for this moment or for the rest of the day or evening. All right, take care, everyone. And I hope to see you next time. I might be on tomorrow after 2 p.m. Eastern time. All right, thank you so much. Take care, Margarita. All right. Yes, please let me know, Ethel. All right, bye, everyone. Bye, HM. Bye, H. See you next time.